Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. I'm going to be doing something new for the channel where I give my thoughts on each episode of The Walking Dead, Fear the Walking Dead and The Walking Dead World Beyond as they are released. I also plan on doing this when the Rick movie comes out. These videos are not reviews, they are just my thoughts after watching the episode. The reason this video is coming out on Monday is because I live in Ireland and that's when it airs over here. Another thing I want to mention is that I will be talking about stuff that happens in the episode, so this will contain spoilers. With that all said, let's get into this. Anyway, this episode takes place right after episode 8, as we follow the group who are now stuck in the cave and we gotta see how they're going to get out of this. But before I get into that storyline, I want to talk about Alpha's storyline. So basically, to sum up Alpha's storyline, she sends Beta and Gamma to look for possible spies, and Negan tells her that, you might have a spy in your group and that person might be Gamma. And at first, Alpha doesn't really believe that, but then, after Gamma hasn't been seen for a while, she talks to Beta about looking for her. So as we've seen from trailers, we know Beta is going to Alexandria and it looks like he's looking for Gamma. So after that, Alpha rewards Negan for his for having the balls to basically say that to her, and the two of them have sex with her mask on. So yeah, that's a moment a lot of people were talking about. So yeah, I want to talk about some of the stuff with this storyline. Anyway, so first of all, I want to say it was nice that Negan talked about how he had people that betrayed him, because if you remember, Simon and Dwight both tried betraying him for different reasons. Dwight basically wanted Negan's way of life dead, while Simon wanted to overthrow Negan and become the new leader of the Saviors, a more ruthless leader of the Saviors. So it was kind of funny, while they didn't get mentioned specifically, it was nice that they did get a semi-reference to them. So yeah, because Simon is of course dead now and Dwight is gone to Fear the Walking Dead. So yeah. Next up, the moment with Negan and Alpha. It seems like the internet is talking about this scene a lot, and what I gotta say about it is it was kind of funny, kind of weird. I find it funny that she kept her mask on and how Negan was like, that does the opposite of grossing me out. Gotta love Negan, gotta love Jeffrey Dean Morgan, he is funny as fuck. Anyway, so I really enjoyed the Alpha stuff this episode. I think Samantha Morton and Ryan Hurst have brought these characters to life really well. They have done such a fantastic job with this. And yeah, anything else I want to talk about with the Alpha storyline? No, that's pretty much it. I really enjoyed Alpha's stuff. Anyway, let's move on to the survivors. So with the survivor storyline, we were following Daryl, Carol, Kelly, Connie, Magna, Jerry and Aaron as they are trying to get out of the cave. And I like this storyline as well. I think the tension in this was great, the suspense, just seeing if they would all make it out. It was definitely fun to watch and definitely intense. Now, before this episode came out, after episode 8 came out, there were a lot of people pissed at Carol because a lot of people felt as though it was her fault that they were stuck in here. And in my opinion, I feel as though, yeah, it was Carol's fault. They were trying to protect her and they ended up in this situation as well. So I agreed when Magna called Carol out on it, although I think it was bad timing. Aaron and Daryl were like, no, it's not time for this, and I agree with them. They should have had this conversation after they got out of the cave. But Magna, we've seen Magna up to this point. She is, more aggressive, I could say. She has shown a lot of aggression this season, especially towards characters like Yumiko. And yeah, so again, I agree with her that like Carol is the reason they're down there, but again, wrong time, wrong place. Get out of the cave, maybe get back home, then talk about it. Anyway, so with the Daryl storyline, I'm going to flat out say this right now. With Connie and Magna, because, you know, of course, they were in the cave when it blew up. You know, when it comes, there's a rule when it comes to pop culture. You know, it's if you don't see a body, they ain't dead. I think that rule goes more than double for The Walking Dead, because, you know, we've had tons of characters that seemingly die but come back later on. And here's the thing, maybe when we see them again, one of them will be dead, one of them will be alive. You know, I love Connie. She is a fantastic character, and I really like Magna as well. I think she has been very bitchy this season, but I don't want her to die. I don't want any of these characters to die. I really enjoy all of them, and I'm really hoping Daryl can get them out safe and sound. And I guess we just gotta wait and see, because we still have 7 episodes left, and there is plenty of time to show what happened to them, unless they, you know, make us wait until next season to show them, which hopefully they don't do that. Anyway, so yeah. Now, with Carol, how do I say this with Carol? I love Carol. She is a great character. She's really pissing me off, and I'm glad Daryl finally showed that he was done putting up with her bullshit, because one thing that has bugged me about Daryl is the fact that he will punch Rick at the slightest bit of disagreement between the two, but Carol can basically put people in danger and he'll be like, Carol, please stop that. Now I know they're very close, but I'm glad that at the end of this episode, Daryl was kind of like, I've had enough of your bullshit. No, I felt bad for Carol breaking down at the end of the episode. I do. I hope they can patch things up. But I think maybe this might be the thing that finally gets Carol to start thinking straight, that, like, I seemingly got 2 people killed. One of those people Daryl cared a lot about, and Daryl, who's pretty much the most important person in her life, can't even really look at her right now, and it is heartbreaking to see, because I've always loved the relationship those two have. Now, I'm not a shipper when it comes to those characters. It feels like incest if those two got together. I love their bond. I think they are as close as anything can be. You know, they don't need to be in a relation, like a sexual relationship, to show that. They're like the bestest of friends. They're family, and I just love that storyline. So yeah, there's a lot of Carol and Daryl shippers, but I'm not one of them. So yeah, I wonder how they feel after this episode. Anyway, so yeah, overall I think this was a good episode. You know, I can see a lot of people saying, like, for a mid-season premiere it was very slow paced. Now I think this episode was fine. You know, I see a lot of the positive. I try to see the positive when it comes to The Walking Dead, because I love this franchise so much, but there are things The Walking Dead has done that have pissed me off. Killing off Carl, killing off Andrea, when it comes to the TV version of Andrea. Like, because I love comic Andrea, great character, and the fact that they killed her off in the TV show, I was not happy with that. Now, other things I want to talk about is Negan throwing Gamma under the bus. Now, in the comics, because I am a comic reader, you know, he was trying to basically get onto Alpha's good side, make her think that he was loyal, and it seems like he is going to do this in the show, but did he really need to throw Gamma under the bus? I don't know. maybe that was a good way of showing her that he is in fact loyal. And who knows, you know, they could go in a totally new direction with this storyline in the TV show, because, you know, they've changed a lot from the comics, and that's part of the fun of the show, is seeing what they keep the same as the comics and what they change. Sometimes it works out, you know, sometimes it doesn't, like with Carl, you know, that got a lot of backlash. But yeah, overall I really enjoyed this episode. I'm fucking glad to have the show back, because Jesus Christ, this felt like the longest fucking break yet. I always think the winter breaks are worse than the season breaks, because at least during the season breaks, you know, we have Fear the Walking Dead. Now, whether you like that show or not, I do, so, you know, at least I have something to watch. But the winter break, you have like nothing. You had the comics, but the comics ended, and yeah, so plus you're not really doing much during winter. I mean, you have Christmas and stuff, but you know, at least with summer, you know, you have the sun. Now I live in Ireland where it rains like all the fucking time, so we have the sun in small doses, so there's that. So yeah, as for do I think Connie and Magna are dead, I think one of them is possibly dead and the other one will be alive. Like, we might see one of them close to dead, or maybe just dead and the other one still alive but just barely, so they would be close to dead as well. But hopefully both of them make it out of this. Like, I really like both these characters. I really hope they're okay, and you know, they're going to stick around. And yeah, so again, I know this was a very sloppy like thoughts, but again, this was just my thoughts right after the episode came out. And yeah, so hopefully these videos get better as they go along, but as for right now, you know, that's how I feel. You know, my opinions could change, but I enjoyed this episode. I think I feel bad for Carol, but at the same time, I think this might be something she needs to have happen to her, so she can finally start thinking straight, that she's even like pushing Daryl away. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this really sloppily put together video, at least a little bit. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. Peace out.